The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As guys, I have to clear a couple things up so that nobody misrepresents what I'm trying to say in my videos. I've been seeing a lot of comments confused as to what I've been meaning with my past couple posts. So let's clear the air. Ladies and gentlemen, I have given evidence and a scenario for why the current bottom in the crypto market could be in, and we could be headed in for a retracement. However, that does not mean I believe the bottom has been achieved. I have the open mind to be able to entertain any scenario, but what I can stress is that if people are not careful, their go all in at 13 to 15K price strategy for Bitcoin and alts could easily become a FOMO at 30K plus strategy. What does that mean? What that means is I often see a lot of people saying, oh, I'm going to wait for the bottom. I'm going to wait for things to continue to crash before I buy more. And then what ends up happening is the bottom never comes for the target that they anticipated, and then crypto continues to run, and they end up FOMOing at higher price levels, and then prices collapse. My personal strategy is and has been gradually dollar cost average while prices continue to tank. While the majority of my cash position is on the side, and I'll explain why in just a second, I did accumulate a couple different alts recently. And the reason is because if there were to be a price appreciation cycle for the crypto market, and if there were to be an altcoin season, it would happen right around now. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm just saying if it does, it would happen. Bitcoin and Ether have both peaked, and Bitcoin is in its bear market. However, we did not see the explosive altcoin season we all expected, while at the same time we see plenty of altcoins down 90+%. Dollar cost averaging at these levels for a lot of high quality altcoins is not a dangerous move. And if we happen to go lower, so be it. We continue to accumulate and grow our bags. That being said though, guys, I do believe that the number one thing all of you should be doing right now is accumulating as much cash as possible. And the reason being is because there will be the biggest financial crisis in human history coming soon. That is a foregone conclusion, and that I can guarantee all of you. The biggest financial collapse in human history is where the most wealth will be generated for the retail investor that is equipped with enough capital to take advantage of that time. For some of you that may be in between, not sure if you want to invest now and potentially risk a downside in crypto, you may want to wait on the side for the actual massive financial collapse to come. But for some of us that may be opportunists, it's possible that there is one more leg up in the crypto market before all other markets collapse across the board. Nobody has the exact answer. Nobody has exact time frames. But one thing I can tell you is that especially with XRP, this case and these timelines are seeming to align for the perfect storm. First and foremost, guys, from the real Plan C, capitulation events, Bitcoin denominated realized losses hit a peak May 2022, similar to the COVID crash of 2020. That could have indicated the bottom has been achieved already. Does not mean it has, but it could have happened already. What I'm going to stress moving forward is, now may be a good time to DCA into some of your favorite altcoins with high quality fundamentals. If we go lower, accumulate. If we start pumping, know you have to take profits. Now, with all that being said, let's get to the title of this video for the day, because the other day we had a bombshell dropped by the SEC as they slapped former Coinbase manager with insider trading. And as collateral damage, the SEC identified 9 crypto tokens as securities. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell all of you why I believe this warning shot by the SEC is an indication that this Ripple case may be coming to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, the SEC is already trying to move on, while at the same time, when it comes to this Ripple case, they're trying to delay, extend as much as possible. Many of you probably don't understand why they're trying to delay. Well, my hypothesis is this library case that's happening at the same time as this Ripple case may very well be what the SEC needs in order to get what they want from this Ripple case. They're trying to delay this Ripple case as much as possible to see if they get a positive ruling from this library case that could act as precedent against XRP. And while I don't think they're going to get it, it's definitely a good game plan. Here, before I continue with this hypothesis, I'm going to play this clip from librarian John Deaton discussing just that. Please take a listen.
Because the judge said that this case, the library case, and it also applies to Ripple in the XRP case, is a unique case that has not been fully addressed by the appellate courts. He said it's what we call a mixed use case, right? Some people own the token and acquired it for consumption, and some people acquired it for investment. And how do you handle that? You know, and the judge ended up at near the end of the hearing saying to the SEC attorney, well, what if we were to look at every library transaction and we were to come up and find out that 75% of the people acquired it for use and utility, right? To utilize the platform, and 25% investment. How does that make it a security or not security? The SEC's attorney basically said something very dangerous. He said utility doesn't matter. And the SEC attorney conceded that some people acquire LBC for consumption and to utilize the blockchain. But he said to the judge, doesn't matter what the percentage is, even if it's 75% of the people who acquired it for use and non-investment. If an objectively can say that there was some expectation of profit, then it's a security. And I just want you to think about that for a minute, because that is so dangerous, because it's an umbrella that just usurps all kinds of asset classes. It would make every crypto. You could even argue that definition applies to Bitcoin in many instances.
This case is part of the SEC setting a precedent that will establish that every single cryptocurrency developer, operator, builder, exchange, it is all illegal. That is what this precedent will do. That is why the SEC is going to MAP. We offered the SEC millions of dollars in settlement money. We offered the SEC lots of things. They declined all of it and chose to bring this case. They chose to go all the way. Why would they do that? Why would they do that if they're not trying to accomplish something bigger than this case?
And ladies and gentlemen, that is so important. I hope you all understand that the SEC is trying to take the whole pie, all of crypto. They're going after Library. They're going after 9 other smaller cryptos. They went after Ripple. But the thing is, and the reason why I do think this case is going to come to an abrupt end, is because of the fact this judge has had it with the SEC delaying everything and still to this day not showing the Hinman emails after being told, commanded to. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have to remember that the SEC told John Deaton and the XRP Army in their class action lawsuit to back off. But Deaton's response is one of the most savage things I've ever seen, and yet another reason why I'm bullish on this case ending. It defends his position in this case, defends his own actions, attacks the SEC, attacks the SEC expert in 4 pages, and also spills the beans on Hinman and his relation to Ethereum. Now, that is all being considered in court. Ladies and gentlemen, the judge does not see everything that we, the XRP Army, have seen about Bill Hinman's conflicts of interest and the corruption. But maybe now they have to consider all of the SEC's dirty laundry. That was an absolute legendary play by John Deaton. And I think the SEC's gonna crack soon. They should pivot over to the exchanges, the actual scams in the market, which will protect retail investors and allow the industry to thrive. That's why they're coming after Coinbase. That's why they're coming after those Coinbase tokens. That's why they're coming after exchanges. Because they know their days of bullying Ripple are coming to an end. When everything's said and done, we'll see that Ripple will have been the bullies to them. And I think we're about to get some regulatory clarity for this industry when they finally capitulate. Get excited, my friends. The signs are all aligning. This is the Bearable Bull here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.